Hello lovely people and welcome back to my channel. So for today's painting, I'm going to be creating this beautiful landscape using acrylics, and the star of the show is a fan brush. Yes, a fan brush is so underrated, but there's so much you can do with it in painting. It's just amazing. So for now, what I'm doing is just using a mix of white and blue and yellow and white to create this lovely transition of sky just when the sun is about to go down, and it's really pretty. That's the scene I'm trying to create with this one. One of the tips in blending acrylics is you have to move fast because the color dries really fast, and it's always good to have like an intermediary color to blend the two different shades together. Now I'm trying to create these mountains which are very far away. So the tip to creating a mountain that's really far, a mountain chain, is to keep it lighter than the one that's going to be in front. So you're going to notice now I'm going to make this shade a little darker to show a range of mountains ahead of the mountain chain that I just painted. Again, this is just something that is very easy to create, to give an illusion of loads of mountains that are leading up to the front of the landscape. The shades you can use are usually shades of purple and blue. Okay, now we move on to the star of the show, which is a fan brush indeed. There is so much you can do with a fan brush and use different angles. For now, I'm trying to create a little bit of a foliage effect in front of our lovely mountains. And now I'm going to move on to my foreground, where I'm trying to use yellow ochre first, and I'm leaving some gaps purposely because if you ever look at any set of field or park, they're really never one same color and they always have different shades. So if you want your painting to have a really natural looking effect, it is really important to make sure that you keep different shades of like grass in mind whilst you're painting. Alright, so in our painting we're also going to create a pathway, because who doesn't need pathway to paradise? For this one, I have just mixed some white with yellow ochre and I'm just painting. Again, the most important thing about adding realism to your painting is to not be one tone painting effect. Stay away from it, because if you look around you, there is really nothing that has just one shade. Everything has a multitude of shades. Alright, so if you wanted, you could end the painting just as it is, as it's already looking very pretty and natural. But I do want to have a tree. Now, this is optional. Anything that we do in paintings is actually optional. It is up to you whether you want it or you don't want it. There is no right or wrong in a painting. Now, first of all, I'm using this brown shade to paint the tree, and I'm going to just try and use this fan brush again to dab along some leaves. Now, what happens is when you have an undercolor, then it becomes more realistic. And also, just remember, if you want your tree to appear natural, it's important to have gaps. Where do you ever see a tree that's like one big blob of color? Nowhere. So hence why using a fan brush, you can create this illusion of leaves. And again, you see me adding some more shade to the fields that we see in the foreground, because again, it's so pretty to add on different shades. I'm just using a bit of yellow ochre to give a little bit of shading to the tree trunk as well, and just trying to tidy up my pathway again as well, just to like iron out some of the gaps. And now I'm just using a mixture of brown and red to just give some real life to this tree, just trying to make it a bit summery over here. Okay, so this is pretty much the whole process of the painting, and you can see already it looks so realistic. This is the best thing about painting. Well, I decided to paint this today, and I hope you enjoyed it.